YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM, here with the new shirt I finally just got in the mail. Let me know what you think about it. I'll post it on the X page at some point. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. What up, Silver Days? BTM Crypto News Network. Let's go, BTM. Smash the like and subscribe. So I don't know if the game is on. I wasn't even checking. It's frigid here. So I didn't really do a lot. Just trying to make some live streams and some videos. And I might make some more videos tomorrow. But it is exactly, let's see here. That's the wrong. 22 degrees currently in Dallas. And it feels like 10 degrees. So, bro, it's cold. It's actually 24 degrees and it feels like 14. So it is frigid out there. Went for a walk earlier and came back because it was too dang cold. Too dang cold. What up, Bay? What's going on with you? Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And super chat. And also you can see at the bottom, you can donate to the Cash App if you don't have a super app and you're watching it from X. Let me see something real quick. This is put the Cash App on there. Somebody told me they didn't have YouTube, but wanted to donate. So you could donate to the channel as well using Cash App. So just trying to keep the lights on here, trying to get some updates. So far from your super chats, I got another computer, which is a lot better for imaging and videos versus the laptop. I think I might have overworked the laptop. I'm not sure, but it is easier with the desktop. Not have to worry about things getting disconnected or things not working or any other weird problems I was having with the laptop. But with that said, let's start the screen share and see what we can see. What up, Kim? What's going on with your fam? Let me start the screen share. And this is the X channel, but let's start with what up? What's going on, Black? What's going on, Jetpack? How's it going, fam? We'll start with the bubbles. So at the crypto bubbles, which I like about crypto, it's the weekend, baby, and we are still rolling. So on the bubbles, there's a slight amount of green. I did a video about an hour ago, and there wasn't much green here, but it looks like AIXBT, which I'm looking into because these guys have been pumping lately. I think it's an AI token. Let's see, AIXBT. It is AI token up 7.2% today. Turn my little trusty heater off, but I'm turning it back on. Getting kind of sneezy in here. What up, Dave F. Jr.? What's going on with you, fam? So Casper's up 3.1%. CC is Canaan Networks up 2%. Flare's up 1.2%. Organize up 2.3%. The CVX is up 8.5%. Osmosis is up 0.8%. Trump token is up 1.1%. Lithium is up 0.6%. Jupiter's up 2.9%. Near Protocol's up 0.1%. Litecoin's up 0.4%. World Liberty Financial's up 4%. Satoshi's is up 0.6%. Sui's up 0.2%. Alchemy Pay is up 0.1%. Tao's up 0.5%. Monero's up 0.4%. Nexo is up 0.1%. Nero's up 1.3%. Pith is up 2.4%. AIOZ is up 0.8%. Lux is up 0.8%. Dash is up 1%. Litecoin's up 0.4. Ton is up 0.6. And of course, your favorite payroll streaming software, the payroll of the future, the new and updated Zebec with the super app on the way is up 0.1, down 0.5 on the hour, up 7.7 on the week, up down 7.7 on the week, up 6.8 on the month, and still up 247 on the year at the 0029. So we're hanging tight around that 002, 003 area. At some point, I think we'll bust that 003 to 004 and maybe 005. So Cubic is down 6.8%. Should have kept the color the other way. I don't think they like the new color. Up 0.1 on the hour, down 6.8 on the day, down 15.7 for the week, down 12.5 on the month, and down 74.9 on the year. XPR is down 0.4 on the day, down 0.4 on the hour, down 16.4 on the week, down 12% up 12% on the month, and down 51.7 on the year. Let's see, something else I was going to check. Yeah, Stronghold is down 3.1 on the day, up 0.6 on the hour, down 16.4 for the week, up 10.4 on the month, and up down 51.9 on the year. Plenty of room to grow there for Stronghold. Cosmos is down 1.4 on the day, 0.2 on the hour, 9.2 on the week, up 14% on the month, and still down 62.4 on the year. HBAR is down 1.4 on the day, 0.1 on the hour, 8.3 on the day, 4.4 on the month, and 66.9 on the year. And we'll check out the big boys. Bitcoin is down 0.4 on the day, unchanged on the hour, down 6.1 on the week, unchanged for the month, and down 14.9 on the year. Back under 90,000 to 89,192. Ethereum is unchanged on the day and the hour, down 10.5 on the week, down 1.1 on the month, down 10.7 on the year. Binance is down 0.7 on the day, unchanged on the hour, down 6.6 on the week, up 4.7 on the month, and down up 29.9 on the year. And of course, XRP is down 0.8 on the day, down 0.2 on the hour, down 7.1 on the week, up 1.3 on the month, and still down 38.5 on the year. And we are at $1.90. Quant is down 1.6 on the day, down 0.2 on the hour, down 3.7 for the week, up 5.8 on the month, and up 26.2, down 26.2 on the year. So enough of the bubbles. So this is an article, January 10th. The Zebec Super App launch was announced by Zebec Network, outlining the unified mobile platform that combines the debit cards, the Zebec or ZBCN staking, and real-time streaming payroll into one chain financial experience. While no exact release date has been confirmed, the product is positioning as coming soon, pointing to likely Q1 2026. Zebec Super App announced. Platform introduced unified user experience across the Zebec core financial products. The redesign aims to simplify everyday crypto-native payments and income flows. The Super App is scheduled to launch soon. So again, we don't have a date yet. We're still trying to figure that out. Can the 0028 be the new bottom after the big ass pump this morning? Out of nowhere, I noticed whales are skimming, buying, and selling. I need to check that out. Good observation there, Peter. Thanks for that update. Zebec Network blockchain platform focused on real-time payment streaming with Zebec Super App launch extended its models to consumers facing tools originally built on Solana. The platform now supports over 18 networks. It includes debit cards for everyday spending alongside continual payroll and stable coin payouts. The upcoming super app brings cards, staking, and streaming payroll into a single interface. Where are we? Teased throughout 2025 and aligned with the roadmap 2026. The launch is viewed as the expected milestone that supports the shift from payroll protocol into a broader PayFi platform aimed at mainstream adoption. Prior to Super App rollout, set of foundation, Zebec Networks previously launched as initial version of the Super App in late 2025. With the Super App launch, unified payroll streaming cards staked into a single PayFi interface. The beta went live in October, following a broader rollout in November and December. After weeks of teasers around a unified multi-chain payment experience, the outcome was broadly positive. User engagement increased, card volumes sealed, and enterprise payroll usage expanded throughout. The early UI issues required a follow-up refinement and a brief staking migration pause. The market reaction was bullish but volatile, with Zebec rising around 15 to 20% on launch hype before correcting. After all, 2025 rollout viewed a successful first set of stage for the more refined Super App release plan for 2026. Timeline for the Super App phase payroll platform reimaging. Mid 2025, Super App vision introduced. Super App begins teasing Zebec begins seeing Super App as a unified PayFi platform combining cards, payroll, staking, and financial management. August, legacy app transition signal. The team signal plans to phase out the older, such as the wage link in favor of upcoming Super App, building anticipation for a unified experience. October, initial Super App beta launches. Beta launches the first Super App. Zebec launches the first Super App beta, consolidating features, adopting expansion through Q4, and the rollout completes across web users. Web payment and infrastructure prepared in December. Key integrations such as privacy and Stripe are announced, enabling better wallets and smoother onboard within the Super App. January 5th to 8th countdown and roadmap discloses. Zebec launches a public countdown and hosts CEO-led spaces outlining the 2026 roadmap, positioning the Super App upgrade as a core initiative. January 8th to the 13th, staking transition begins. Staking on legacy app is paused and migrated into the Super App module. Updated tokenomics go live. No user action required. 21st, reimaged. The Zebec Super App unveiled, officially announced the new Super App experience, unified cards, staking, and streaming payroll. Phased out begins with the desktop and web. core features integrated weekly. Staking becomes fully live inside the super app, along with the unified dashboard. Enabled wallets released through weekly updates. Q1 mobile app and PayFi extension. The mobile super app launches following the web rollout, along multi-chain payroll enhancements and broader PayFi. Mid 2026, tethered card rewards activated. Enhanced card perks and cashback unlocked on Zebec. Staked balances, super app engagement levels. First token unlock complete. Final token unlock complete. The last scheduled unlock concludes transitioning ZBCN to fully deflammatory model supported by revenue-driven buybacks. Prior to launch, shaped expectations for the super app rollout. Zebec has faced similar moments before, especially in initial super app beta in late 2025. That release drove a bullish move in Zebec, followed by a brief correction. While crypto Twitter sentiment stayed positive and utility focused, the unified PayFi narrative helped lift active users and payroll volume, reinforcing confidence in the project. Comparable pattern appeared during January 26 roadmap. The earlier partnership wave, prices dipped on uncertainty and the stabilization as details clarified. Second order effect included higher staking participation, deeper integrations, growing on-chain activity. These predecessor suggestions short-term volatility, but longer-term ecosystem expansion around major Zebec launch. Comparisons with unified streaming payroll and PayFi. Trying to wipe these glasses off real quick. A smudge or something on it. So I'm not going to that. But since I got a second, let me show you this. I got this off the what is that? The Discord. Somebody posted this in the Discord. Let me show you that real quick. So it appears there are a lot of wallets. Pretty much all the wallets are going to connect, which would be great. So let me know what you guys think about that. And we will see. But this is just, I guess someone got it. And I don't know how they got it. So if you know, let me know. And also, where is the web app? Mentioned that the web app would be first and then the mobile app. But I haven't seen either, but I do see someone found this. So I don't know if this is just a video, if this is the actual app that they found, because it does say Zebec, says connect to wallet. Currently, well, wait a minute. Let me go back here just a little bit. You're currently not connected to Ethereum wallet. Please connect your wallet to continue using the Zebec super app. So again, this is OGB, but I don't know where they got this app from. Cards, manager Zebec cards, and view balances. You're currently not connected to the XRPL wallet. Connect your wallet to continue using the Zebec super app. So I guess they will be partnered with XRP. And definitely use the XRPL wallet. So let me know what you think about that. Wait, I think there was something at the bottom. What does that say? You can have an early look at super app Zebec.io. Let's see if we can pull that up real quick. So it was super app.zebec.io. So I guess that's where he found this. Okay, so this is the early. Check. I wonder if you can actually connect this to a wallet though. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with this later. It's cool actually. You can see the balances, the vault balance, the assets, your Zebec funds, deposit, connect wallet. So I guess this was just a demo or not an actual wallet. That's still pretty cool. Okay, there we go. Connect the app thing keep popping up. I don't even know if you can even connect the app. I suspect not. I think this is probably just a simulation. Or maybe you can connect the wallet. I don't know. Has anyone tried to connect the wallet already to this super app? I guess demo or something. I don't know. But I'll put it on the Zebec page real quick. And let me know if anyone is using this. That's weird. Anyone got it and started messing around with it. You've connected, let's see, Zebec. Zebec. Maybe I could spell Zebec right. Dang it. So can you do anything once you connect? Or is this just for us to look at it? So if they're got a demo, that means it's not too far from them actually, I guess, launching the beta on the network. I want to say I saw where it mentioned desktops and computers will be first, and they release the mobile app later. Let's go over to X. So this is, let's go back to the chat. Wow, it's a lot of messages here. Where we are. I'm going to sell my bag to buy back and lower. I seen a move. I moved the market. Zebec cards can pay using USD, USD1, RLUSD, PYUSD is PayPal, USD, Ondo, and All Unity, EURAU coming soon. Thanks for that, Jetpack, Circle Bank, Ripple Bank, and soon World Liberty Financial Bank. All stablecoins working on Zebec cards, stake, and payroll. Zebec is ahead of the game. I don't see any other project working closer with stable coins. Definitely so Jetpack. We here all know Zebec is destined to real XRP prices and market cap. Show you right, Peter. Show you right. ZBCN is amazing. Appreciate that Ocean View. Zebec and Tangent working together, and both are cool with Visa. I'm connected. What is it? I'm Negan. It's live. Can you stake on it? I am Negan. Have you heard of XDB? I'm looking into it. It possible next 100x like Stellar. I think I did look at. Is it XD? No, I gotta check that out. I was thinking about XCN, but I'll check that out. Tell them Jetpack. I staked 5 million ZBIC early at 15% APR. I'm waiting for the mobile app to start staking. Okay, I might start staking at the 15%, bro. The 15% is a lot. It starts compounding quick. But let's look at the holders and the numbers, and then we'll come back to X. So 92,939 holders. For the 4 hours, we added 24. 12 hours, we added 158. On the day, 258. 3 days, 562. Wow. 7 days, 1,042. For the week, 2 weeks, 20,000 or 2020. Interesting. Weird number there. For 30 days, 2,867. And wait till we start pulling down the 3,000 above holders per month. And I think that's when the price will start moving again. I'd rather buy regularly and be safe from now. Honestly, I have a passive income already. All the Zebec has been putting out is good news, but none of this moves the price until the Clarity Act and the banks flip the switch. Definitely C note. It's only a matter of time, though, bro. Hang in there, bro. This is crypto market cap to 3.01 trillion, down 0.12%. CMC 20, $186.80, down 0.48%. Fear and greed is pushing over to fear. Oh, wow. Altcoin season went up. Altcoin season is 30, so it's definitely not Bitcoin dominant anymore. And average crypto RSI is 47. Now, remember a couple weeks ago, or maybe days ago, when this average RSI got in the 50 range, we started pumping like crazy. Altcoin seasons at 30. I think this is the highest I've seen it this year. I think it was 30 actually, because it was like 21, 25, somewhere in the 20s. I haven't seen it past the 20s. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, I think something is about to happen soon, right? It's a storm. People at home, nothing to do. You can start playing around with the crypto and start figuring out how to get signed up and buy more. The Zebec Network faces execution risk as the super app rollouts in phases from web to mobile Q1 2026. Prior beta requires UI, UX fixes, and brief staking pause, which could resurface and slow weekly updates or integrations enabled wallets. Scaling real-time payroll across 19 plus chains also raises infrastructure risk as volume grows beyond the current 400 million annually run rate. Regulatory and market risks remain material. Stable coins, cross-border remittance, and debit cards face evolving oversight despite Zebec's AML tooling and regulated partnerships. Sentiment around Zebec is bullish pre-launch, but sell the news pullbacks are common, delays weaker adoption, and a broader market downturn could cap upside and shift its narrative from PayFi growth to execution scrutiny. Let me see, put something right here, making some notes real quick. So what do you guys think once the super app comes out? You think we're going up or going down? Like I mentioned, it could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, or it could just be delayed like everything else lately. Something happens and the market crashes and delays the delays the bull run. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Anybody, everybody, somebody, let me know in the comments. Let me see, trying to save this link. before it puts the Solana part on here. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to do. What was it? Dang it. Okay, now I do have it. I'm tripping. What is this? Super app. Okay, there we go. Ah, dang it. So we can play around with this a little later. Gotta be quick on the draw here, though. Got it. Oh, still didn't get it. Dang it. That's close enough. Let me see. So this is just sitting here waiting for the super app announcement. A crypto talk, crypto super Zebec super app launch cards and staking. I think that's the article we just read. I'll put it on the Twitter page. You guys can check it out if you want to. Look at what I saw on a trip to London last year. The Zebec AI token unlocked your future finance. Learn more. What is that? London Litters? That's weird. Interesting. This is also a main man OGB, and this is the super app details. Log into the super app. So I guess that's where people are trying it from. This is CG. Quick.
Well, have not really started in. Payments is something that we've tried, have not really conquered in, have not really started in crypto. We tried, but it didn't, nobody really pays in crypto. But I think now we're seeing the convergence of traditional payment methods being behind the scenes, being supported by crypto. So the spenders swipe a card, crypto gets deducted from their account. The merchants gets US dollars or euros or however, whatever they get. So now when we have those bridges, I think payments is going to come pretty big. Payments is something that we've tried and not really conquered.
We said everything but Zebec will be doing the payments. So definitely see why there might have been a market push there. It's weird. People keep saying it looked like Cedric the Entertainer, and here he is. I don't know. Maybe this is a universe. ZBCN can't get more factual than them. Can't get more factual than them there. This is the Alpha Lion, the Zebec Network, the future of payroll and payments. The ZBCN is live and available to purchase inside Coinbase. Not a rumor, not a secondhand. It's functional in-app. So why not Coinbase listed announcement? Why no Coin? Because availability is not listing. This is in excess, not a spot exchange listing. It is live in access. Coinbase is acting as a interface, routing purchases through the external liquidity DEX wallet infrastructure rather than hosting ZBCN on its own order books. That's a distinction matter. This approach lets Coinbase allow users to access without assuming inventory or market making risk, observe real demand, liquidity behavior, and slippage in live conditions, avoid premature promotion or speculative volatility. In other words, it is an infrastructure first, market last. What this actually signals, Zebec has cleared enough internal checks to be supported, indexed, and transactionable inside one of the most compliant, sensitive platforms in crypto without being formally listed. No conclusion to jump to, no guarantees implied, but it is a real milestone and a meaningful one. He's right, nothing to go crazy about, but if they're doing anything with it, that means that they are getting ready to do something. So this is inside, I guess they pay or you pick and pay, and you get the slippage order submitted, and looks like they received the Zebec, but where does it? I'm going to show you got the Zebec. That's weird. You know, like when you get it, you should have it somewhere. It says that you got it. Okay, there's. I guess it's at the top. I don't know. Wow, what a story this jersey has, and I still ain't got the jersey. I provided screenshots and everything. I don't know what happened, but I never got a jersey. I'm gonna have to call Simon, like, what up, man? What I gotta do to get a jersey, man? Hi, CoinCrypto.com. I wanted to reach out to you regarding Zebec Network and the growing demand around it. Zebec has quickly become one of the most compelling digital asset projects in PayFi and blockchain payment space, with real-world payroll, payments infrastructure, and expanding institutional relevance. One major gap continued here is community is strongly agreed with the lack of staking support Zebec has on crypto.com. Staking is the core part of Zebec's ecosystem and long-term tokenized economics, and offering it would be significant improve user retention, engagement, and long-term holding behavior on your platform. Crypto.com has done an excellent job in supporting assets with real utility, and adding Zebec staking feels like the natural step that benefits users looking for yield on long-term holds and the health of the Zebec ecosystem, and Crypto.com positioning as a platform that supports real adoption, not just trading. That's pretty interesting. So I don't know. Not a genuine soul, this guy. Be sure to wish a happy birthday. So this is exactly the kind of real world integration. People say crypto needs a 30-year payroll giant, 170 billion, and annually doesn't experiment lightly. I'm trying to look at the thing at the bottom. And the fractional of the flow touches Zebec Network, the impacted ZBCN deflammatory model could be massive. Just feels a lot more like early adoption than hype. TikTok explains it's perfectly in a segment. Make sure you check it out. So is this a video? Where's the video?
What if one of the biggest, most established players in the financial system just quietly embraced crypto? A 30-year-old American payroll giant that moves over $170 billion a year just made a move that could change everything. That's right. The National Payment Corporation, also known as NatPay, has officially partnered with Zebec. Welcome to Generational Wealth, your pathway from knowledge to legacy. In this video, we're digging deep to find out if this is one of the biggest crypto stories of the year for the ZBCN coin, or if it's all just corporate hype. We'll explore what this partnership truly means, and my final verdict might just surprise you. For decades, the way we get paid has been stuck in the past. Money moves in slow, clunky batches. Your employer sends a payroll file, and days later, that money finally appears in your bank account through an ancient system called ACH. This entire process is wildly inefficient and was never designed for our modern, on-demand world. It creates that frustrating gap where you've earned the money, but it's stuck in transit, just waiting for the system to catch up. For businesses, especially in the gig economy or in fields with high turnover, this delay is a massive headache. This is the core problem, a major disconnect between slow, traditional financial systems and the instant 24/7 reality of the digital economy. And that's where the partnership between Zebec Network and NatPay comes in. First, let's get to know the players. NatPay isn't some small fintech startup. It's a giant in the payroll world. It's founded way back in 1991. It's a leading U.S. payroll processor that moves over $170 billion in payments every year for hundreds of thousands of clients. They are a fundamental piece of the financial plumbing in the United States. Zebec, on the other hand, is a Web3 protocol built for how money should move. Its specialty is real-time, continuous payments using programmable stablecoins like USDC. Imagine getting paid by the second instead of every 2 weeks. That's the magic Zebec makes possible. This alliance connects NatPay's traditional, heavy-lifting infrastructure with Zebec's modern Web3 payment rails. It creates a hybrid system where, from a single platform, a company can choose to pay its employees the old-fashioned way via bank deposit or instantly via stablecoin. It's a bridge connecting the old financial world with the new one. So, how does this all connect back to the ZBCN token? This is where it gets interesting. This isn't just two companies putting out a press release. It's about a deep integration that plugs Zebec directly into the US banking system. The partnership gives Zebec access to NatPay's connections with the entire automated clearinghouse network, the real-time FedNow payment system, and the ISO 20022 messaging standard that banks are adopting worldwide. This provides incredible legitimacy and opens the door for real-world use on a massive scale. For the ZBCN token, this is where the utility comes into play. The token is a key part of the network's function. For instance, when bridging assets into the Zebec network, transaction fees paid in ZBCN. A portion of these fees is then burned, which permanently removes them from the supply. Think about that. As companies begin using this hybrid system, transaction volume is expected to grow. More transactions could mean more fees collected, and more fees would lead to more ZBCN being burned. This creates a deflationary effect. As the network gets busier, the total supply of ZBCN is designed to shrink. This isn't just a theory. It's a mechanism tied directly to the real-world utility of processing payments. Now, before you get too carried away, let's run a quick hype check. A partnership announcement, even a huge one, isn't the same thing as mass adoption. While the infrastructure is being built, success depends on companies actually choosing to use it. The rollout of these new features is happening in phases, so this won't be an overnight switch. There are also significant hurdles, like the slow pace of corporate adoption and the constant risk of new regulations targeting stablecoins and crypto payments. It's also worth noting some history. Back in December of 2022, the legacy ZBC token was indirectly involved in a hack on Radium, a Solana-based protocol, where a significant amount of ZBC was stolen from a liquidity pool. While Zebec itself wasn't breached and the community was reportedly unaffected, it's a reminder of the risks in the crypto space. This alliance has monumental potential, but it's not a guaranteed home run. The bridge to traditional finance is incredibly powerful, but it also exposes the project to all the regulatory and operational friction that comes with that world. If you're getting value from this breakdown and want to stay ahead on projects connecting the real world with crypto, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We do a crypto news video every morning and a deep dive every afternoon. Let us know in the comments any subjects you'd like us to cover. So, is the Zebec NatPay alliance a true game changer or just corporate hype? The answer is probably a bit of both. The hype is real because the partnership is legitimate and connects Zebec to the core of the US financial system. In a way, very few crypto projects ever have. The sheer scale of NatPay's operations provides a clear path for Zebec to generate real-world revenue and drive the ZBCN token's deflationary mechanics. However, the game-changer status won't be unlocked overnight. It all comes down to execution and adoption. This is a long-term play that's focused on rewiring the plumbing of payroll from the inside out. It represents a real, tangible step toward crypto becoming infrastructure, not just speculation. The foundation is being laid, but the skyscraper is still under construction. What are your thoughts? Is this the most underrated partnership in crypto right now? Let me know in the comments below. A quick disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only and not financial or investment advice. Crypto is volatile. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Do your own research.
Shout out to who's this? This is I guess Generation Wealth that made that video. This is a quick video from Alpha Lion. Why does this keep bringing that up? Zebec Network partnered with Trump Link World Liberty Mobile, World Liberty Finance, the same team that just filed with the OCC to launch a national trust bank to issue custody the USD1 stablecoin. This real institutional infrastructure not hype. Honestly, I'm extremely surprised you're not in Zebec yet. This is exactly the kind of asymmetric setup you talk about, catching early. This one checks every box you preach about. Feels wild to ignore it. This is the kind of setup smart money positions into early, not after headlines. So let's go to the chat and then we will watch this snippet, I guess, on X. Just trying to figure out where we stopped at. I guess it was here. They removed 15%. See it, the migration max is 7% APR for 6 months. 7% still good for when they make the mobile app, the mobile super app, and be safer. Imagine if it was still 15% APR for 4 months staking, even TNC Zebec, goodbye day job. Yes, true, but even with 7% still good, goodbye day job, but I get you. I missed it. It's cool. I'll be safe and wait for the mobile app. Yeah, I would definitely, if the 15% gone, I'm definitely waiting too, right? I would jump on it if it's 15%, but if it ain't there, ain't no worries, bro. We all know we're going lower. I'm calling the Clarity Act getting approved this summer. Yeah, Peter, I thought it was going to get approved this month. Then I'm hearing people say maybe over the summer, maybe at the end of the summer. And then I was talking to some Bitcoin guys, and they're saying probably around the election, probably around the midterm election or afterwards. They don't want to take on too much before the election because they're saying there might be a lot of volatility happening. You do look like Sexy Entertainer. You're killing me. Really, you're killing me, Peter. Let's go. Phoenix Rising. What up, Moonfeather? Welcome back. Greeting fam. What up, Al? They say we're getting dumped by an Indian scammer. LOL. On Coin Market Cap, I thought Sam was Nepalese. I don't know. I thought he was from India or around India. I'm saying. I don't know. But who would dump at this point, right? Why would you get so many people, so many projects involved, so many chains set up just to dump? You're not even at the point where you're making a lot of money. At this point, you would, even if you wanted to dump, I would hold out, right? Wait for some real price action. That's crazy. In September-ish, perhaps we will be the best to get in. September, maybe. Okay. I have 5 million staked, but I won't restake. But I'm not locking up 5 million for half of a year at 7%. Nick Love. I feel that too, brother. If it ain't 15%, I would definitely hold on to it. You can always stake later, right? No reason to rush. C. but we'll check it out. And let me play this video real quick.
Holy shit. The Trump family is taking over the banking system. Now, I've been giving you the facts, figures, numbers, logic. I've also been sharing with you exactly what I'm invested in, not financial advice, just being open and transparent. This is the era of authenticity. And I've been telling you guys about WLFI. I have no skin in the game other than being an investor. I'm very proud to say I've never, ever been paid by a crypto company to promote any crypto, ever. I only share with you what I am personally putting my money into so you can measure my success along the way. And I've been trying to keep things logical for you, calm and stoic. Listen to me. The era of hype, price predictions, hopium is dead. Listen to me. It's dead. We are now in utility, real world solve, and no more blind leadership. We're in an era where it's your responsibility as the head of household, especially men, to get your shit together financially. You should be knowing what's going into your account, what's going out of your account. You should be managing your finances. You should know where your investment's at. Where's your net worth? You should be working to get lean and mean on the personal side debt and moving yourself to the right side of the interest quadrant to earn it. You need to understand that they're infrastructurally changing the financial system. Now, remember, Eric Trump has been very vocal about this. They were completely debanking the Trump family. They shut down their bank accounts. So they came back. Trump left as a dollar guy. He told you crypto. He came back and ran as a Bitcoin president of the world and the crypto capital of the world. And not only did they do that, they created rules and regulations, and they created their own system, one being WLFI, World Liberty Financial, which is a worldwide bank. And then yesterday, they applied for their bank charter in America. Tried to tell you guys, traditional banking and decentralized banking are merging. The traditional banks have to evolve, and they are evolving. Once we get the Clarity Act, they're going to come rushing into cryptocurrency. Bank of America already is allowing 1 to 4%, or recommending 1 to 4% into Bitcoin. JP Morgan flipped and is allowing you to leverage very soon your crypto, specifically Bitcoin, to get a loan. Just use logic, guys. I told you it was a fraud, used for money laundering. Why would you let us use something that's a fraud or used for money laundering? Why would you let us invest in it? It doesn't make any sense. Just use logic. Stop listening to bullshit and it's going to zero, blah, blah, blah. But again, I'm not here to tell you what to invest in. What I'm here to teach you is how cycles work. So WLFI is World Liberty Financial. Trump Media is now one of the top holders, specifically number 21 in Bitcoin. Eric Trump created American Bitcoin, ABTC, which is my number 1 stock holding. So they own the mining, they own the treasury, they own the DeFi, and they're writing the rules. Trump took over the stablecoin market, sent Bo Hines to bring Tether, the number 1 stablecoin, into America through USAT. Now we dominate the stablecoin market. Trump has USD1, their own stablecoin through through World Liberty Financial. We got Ripple, RLUSD. Stablecoins use treasuries, bonds. The bond market was collapsing. So he stabilized the bond market, and into Venezuela got the oil. He has the gold, he has the stable coin, they have the Bitcoin, and the whole system's being rewired as you're drinking the wine drunk in the Coliseum. I hope you know everything you're arguing about is manufactured and distracted. And manufactured distraction. They got you, man. Divide and conquer. Study Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. He's so accurate. Civil war and revolution. When countries start to fragment and go against each other. The left against the right against the right. And as you fight with each other, they build a new system. And when you wake up from your slumber and your hangover from the wine, you'll be operating in the system and you won't even know it. And what always wins is discipline. What always wins is cash flow, because cash is trash. What always wins is investing in assets that actually beat inflation, because your dollar is worthless. It's fiat, it's fake. What always wins is protection, protecting your wealth through insurance. When everybody's running from the markets, use proper leverage, your own family bank, to buy their fear and buy good companies at a fair price. Study books like this. Study Intelligent Investor. Calmly get in when everybody's running, calmly exit when everybody's trying to get rich quick. So I'll leave you with this. The era of blind leadership is dead. The seeds that have been planted 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025 are going to bear fruit. If you planted bad seeds, We're going to see it in 2026 and 2027. If you planted good seeds, you're going to have the most prosperous year that you've ever experienced in 2026. And that's why there'll be huge variance. People who get really wealthy this year, who did it right, there'll be people who lose everything this year because they did it wrong. I didn't create the game. It's in the Bible. God is good. Jesus Christ is king. Love you guys. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Holy shit. Trump.
So that pretty much sums up. I don't know why that video is so low though, but it's on my X if you want to go back and listen to it and see if you didn't hear it all, top RWA project by market capitalization. Here are the top 10 RWA projects by market capitalization: Ondo, Zebec, and Vision. Oh wow! I was just looking at Vision. VNS. Got my trusty notebook here. SR, RSR, CTC, White Rock, Vado, MO, AVNT, and Plume. So Ondo would be at the top. What was that? Check out, yeah, VSN. But let me know what you guys think. It's only 3 projects that are in the green. It's kind of strange, but Zebec is the top one that is positive. This is, do you really realize what the Zebec super app is about to unleash? This isn't just another wallet or card app. It is an all-in-one PayFi powerhouse, changing how money moves for consumptions or consumers, employees getting paid, and employers running payroll. Let's break it down for consumers and everyday users. Multi-chain debit virtual cards, send crypto stablecoin like fiat anywhere, MasterCard powered real world acceptance, instant on-off ramps, seamless remittance, staking Zebec for yield and rewards, embedded wallets, privy powered login like social media, no seed phrases, everyday expenses, investments, bill paid, all in one mobile first app. Get paid, send instantly, and earn passively. Crypto finally feels like real money. For employers, real-time streaming payroll, paid by second, minute, not bi-weekly delays, access to earning immediately, no waiting for payday. Stablecoin salaries, USDC, etc., streamed continuously. Send payroll straight via Zebec card, no off-ramp fees or delays, better cash flow, financial freedom, goodbye liquidity stress. For employers and businesses, compliant global payroll and crypto stable coins, 250 enterprise already, 500 million annually volume. Pause and adjust streams anytime, full control. What? Hold up, wait a minute. You can pause the stream? Lower fees with Zebec staking, discounts, incentives, integrated with HCM platforms, multi-chains, 18 chains, 150 tokens, revenue funds, Zebec buybacks, deflationary flywheel, stablecoin secure, enterprise ready, Web3 companies onboarding to Web3 without headache. The super app unifies cards, staking, streaming payrolls in one seamless platform, rolling out mobile soon. This is a PayFi dominant, real utility, real adoption. Are you ready? ZBCN to the moon 2026. But yeah, So they covered a lot here, but I wanted to go back in the part about what was it? Oh yeah, instant on ramps, seamless remittance, every day, expenses, investments, pay bills, all in one mobile app. And I mentioned something about access immediately, no wait for payday, real pay by minute. It was something about how easy it is, about not the seed phrase, no seed phrase or something. Where was that? I can't find it. It said something about no need for seed phrases. And I think that'll be a big thing because they're making it easier to use and to log in. And a lot of people that are not getting into crypto because they don't understand the seed phrase key part. So if they can bypass that, that's going to bring a lot of adoption. Where I swear I just read that. Where is it? Anywhere stablecoin, remittance yield, investments, no consumers. Dang it. Maybe I didn't read it. Maybe I'm tripping. But this one said something about no. That's weird. No. I don't know. Maybe I didn't read it. Maybe I thought I read it. But if not, one last quick sweep, and we're going to move forward. Cards, stablecoin, fiat, anywhere remains. Yeah. Okay. Embedded wallet, privacy powered, log in like social media, no seed phrase hassle. I'm tripping. But yeah, if that happens, bro, this thing is about to go nuclear, right? It is about to burn down the crypto as you know it. It's going to pump harder than anything you've ever seen. And that one line alone with the whole embedded wallet powered log in like social media, no seed phrase hassle. You know how big that'll be for people that don't understand crypto? I talk to people all the time that explaining this is crazy hard, right? See, Moon Feather. Donald Trump Jr. is hosting a private Bitcoin cryptocurrency conference branded as the World Liberty Forum at the Mar-a-Lago Club, Florida, Friday, February 18th, day after the new moon. If you know, you know. That'd be a perfect time. But yeah, I did hear about his conference, and the guy was saying, generally, this is the kind of conferences that move the market, right? These kind of things are when they make the major change. They get together, they meet, they vote, or access, or I don't know how they do it, but however they find what they're going to do, they set the framework first, and then they put the laws into effect. This is similar to how they set up the Federal Reserve, right? They met on, was that Jekyll Island, got everything put together, and then they bounced out and started the Federal Reserve. I'm just saying. It would be nice if the price dropped 50% to fake people out and be able to buy at a really good discount. Bro, I really wish. I don't wish that because people will panic. But if it does drop 50%, bro, I'm probably selling most of my crypto, everything that is not XRP, and buying a Zebec, especially if the super app is out. When Zebec becomes a force in the future, 14% yearly at $1 billion market cap, 100 billion market cap, and better would be a great thing, especially with over 1 million or better staked. You can survive anywhere off of that. I'll drop again South Florida. Wait, it'll drop again. Oh, okay, South Florida. This pump is the trap, people. Bitcoin's going to 70K first and bringing everything with it. Zebec will shine during the darkness and won't dip too low. Everybody keeps saying that Zebec's going to drop. I mean, Bitcoin's going to drop to 70K. Interesting. BlackRock is a scam. Mantra got hacked, but the team sold last spring, I believe, and Ondo's going to 10 cents. Plume is nice. Okay, I might have to check Plume out then. But let's run this video. I'll be right back.
Money. We live in an on-demand world, a place where entire industries have been reshaped by the power of instant access. We can summon a ride, order a meal, or stream a universe of entertainment with a simple tap. Our expectations for speed, efficiency, and control have fundamentally shifted. We demand immediacy in every facet of our lives, from communication to commerce. This relentless pace of innovation has delivered incredible convenience, transforming our daily routines and empowering us with unprecedented choice. We've grown accustomed to systems that are smart, intuitive, and built around our needs. Yet, amidst this technological renaissance, a critical part of our lives remains stubbornly stuck in the past, and at Zebec, they see why. Zebec believes money should move as freely as everything else. But the way we get paid, it's a relic of a bygone era. For most of us, our earnings are held captive, locked away until a designated payday. We work every second, every minute, every hour, but we only see the fruits of our labor in rigid, infrequent intervals. This is the bi-weekly or monthly pay cycle, a system designed for an analog age of paper checks and manual accounting. It creates an artificial delay, a forced waiting period between the value we create and the compensation we receive. This outdated model forces us into a cycle of financial anxiety, living from one paycheck to the next, our liquidity constrained by an arbitrary schedule. Zebec calls this delay out and builds for the instant economy. The way we spend is a landscape of hidden costs and frustrating delays. We tap our cards and our phones, believing the transaction.
What up, Phantom Beat? Thanks for joining. I'm up here really talking on mute. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and super chat. You can also hit your main man up on what is that? Cash App. Some people said they didn't have access to the super chat, so there you go. But let's finish this video and keep pushing. Thanks for joining.
Action is instant, but behind the scenes, a complex and slow-moving apparatus grinds into motion. Payments take days to clear, floating in a financial limbo between merchant and bank. We're charged exorbitant fees for the simple act of moving our own money, especially across borders. International transfers can feel like sending a message in a bottle, with high costs, opaque exchange rates, and uncertain arrival times. We've accepted these inefficiencies as the cost of doing business, but why should we? Zebec asks the same question and answers with real-time settlement. The way we manage our finances is fragmented and unnecessarily complex. We juggle multiple apps, accounts, and platforms. A banking app for checking, a different one for savings, a third for investments, and yet another for crypto. Each operates in its own silo, with its own rules, fees, and limitations. This fragmentation makes it nearly impossible to get a clear, real-time picture of our financial health. We spend more time managing the tools than managing our money. We're bogged down by slow transfers between our own accounts, waiting days for our funds to become available where we need them. Zebec brings finance into one flow, built for now. It hasn't caught up. The financial system we rely on was built for a world that no longer exists. It's a system of artificial delays, unnecessary intermediaries, and frustrating limitations. It's a system that works on its own schedule, not yours. In a world that moves at the speed of light, our money is still traveling by horse and carriage. Zebec exists to replace the carriage with real-time rails. This fundamental disconnect creates friction, anxiety, and missed opportunities. It's time for a system built for the digital age. A system that is as fast, fluid, and dynamic as the world we live in today. That's the promise of Zebec. Think about the last time you finished a major project. That feeling of accomplishment, the final email sent, the job done. You've delivered the value. You've held up your end of the bargain. But then, the wait begins. You send an invoice, and it enters a financial black hole, governed by archaic terms like net 30 or net 60. For freelancers, gig workers, and small business owners, this isn't just an inconvenience. It's a constant source of anxiety. Days turn into weeks. You check your bank account, hoping to see the deposit, but it's empty. Meanwhile, the real world doesn't wait. Rent is due, suppliers need to be paid, groceries need to be bought. Your money, the money you earned, is trapped in a pipeline built for a bygone era. It creates a painful disconnect between your hard work and your ability to live your life, forcing you to budget not with the money you have, but with the money you hope will arrive eventually. This isn't just slow. It's a system that fundamentally disrespects your time and your effort. And when the money finally does arrive, it's rarely the full amount. A wire transfer fee here, a processing charge there. The system takes its cut before you even see a dime. Then, the moment you try to use your own funds, the fees multiply. Need cash? That'll be a fee, especially if you're not near your bank.
That is what I've been preaching the whole time about the banks. These guys are feeing you to death. Every time it's a new fee, every time you look, they're taking money out for something or something else. So with crypto, it cuts these guys out the picture, and they're not going to be happy about it. I'm just going to tell you straight up. For crypto to evolve, they're going to have to do something to push past the banks. The bank's got the lobbyists, the bank's got the legislation, the bank has the government, the bank has Congress. It's going to be hard for crypto to push past the banking industry as a whole, and for the people to be free of banking fees. So I think that's what they're working on. If they can find a way to free us from the bank and the banking fee madness, I think we'll be in a better position. But let me know what you guys think, and let's get back to the video.
Bank-specific ATM. Sending money to family abroad or paying an international contractor? Prepare for exorbitant currency conversion rates and transfer fees that can shave off a significant percentage. It feels like a tax on your own life, a penalty for accessing what is rightfully yours. These aren't just small charges. They are a constant parasitic drain on your wealth, accumulating over time into hundreds, even thousands of dollars a year. It's a system designed not for your convenience, but for the institution's profit, chipping away at your financial freedom, one transaction at a time. To manage this broken system, we've been forced to patch together a digital life from dozens of disconnected apps. One app for your traditional bank account, another for investments, a third for crypto, a fourth for sending money to friends. Each with its own login, its own interface, and its own set of rules. They exist in their own walled gardens, refusing to communicate. Moving your assets from one platform to another requires a frustrating sequence of manual transfers, each step introducing delays, potential for error, and, of course, more fees. This digital fragmentation creates friction where there should be flow. It wastes your time and mental energy, forcing you to be the overworked, unpaid integration manager for your own financial life. The root of the problem is simple. Traditional finance was built for a slower, analog world. It was designed around physical branches, paper checks, and 9-to-5 business hours. Its infrastructure was revolutionary a century ago, but today, it's a relic. It operates on batch processing, settling transactions in groups, only a few times a day. That's why your paycheck takes 2 days to clear. That's why a wire transfer can feel like sending a message in a bottle. But today, we live in a real-time,
did work in financial services, so he is correct. It is a batch file. They're sending an actual file that you get handshakes for to transfer it. Then they load it, and it takes a long time to process. And some of that processing is the file fails, what people don't understand. A lot of that processing problem is the files fail and they have to rerun them. So instead of debiting it out of your account, one of the numbers might be off, one of the accounts information, the routing number, anything can be off. And in this situation, if the file fails, they have to clear out all the transactions and run the file again. And when they run the file again, that creates more delays, which they pass over to you in fees. So it's a lose-lose situation with these guys, right? And what we just read clearly shows you they can pause the stream and update it. So you don't have to wait for the check. You don't have to wait for the deposit. You don't have to wait for them to make the correction if they can do it live on the stream, right? So it's a can't lose situation, man.
On-demand world. We can stream a movie from the other side of the planet instantly. We can communicate with anyone, anywhere, in a fraction of a second. Our digital lives move at the speed of light. In this new reality, speed isn't just a feature, it's the fundamental expectation. The world of value, however, has been left behind, shackled to an outdated model. The gap between how we live and how we transact has become a chasm. It's time for our financial systems to catch up. It's time for a system built for now. What if your money worked the moment you earned it? What if banking, cards, payroll, and crypto lived in one place? Introducing the new Zebec Super App, a reimagined experience for cards, staking, and streaming payroll, all in one seamless platform. Zebec fundamentally changes how you get paid. For decades, the concept of payroll has been stuck in the past, a rigid, bi-weekly or monthly cycle that dictates your access to the money you've already earned. This outdated system creates a constant state of waiting, a gap between the work you do and the reward you receive. It forces individuals and businesses into a reactive financial posture, living paycheck to paycheck, unable to respond nimbly to immediate needs or opportunities. The traditional payday is a bottleneck, a relic of an analog era that no longer serves the dynamic, on-demand nature of modern work. No more waiting for payday. No more watching bills pile up while your own money is held just out of reach. The stress of timing your expenses, the anxiety of an unexpected car repair, or medical bill appearing days before your check clears. These are symptoms of a broken system. Why should your financial liquidity be dictated by an arbitrary date on a calendar? Why should you have to resort to high-interest credit or predatory loans to bridge the gap, simply to access the value you have already created? It's your money. You earned it. You should have it. With streaming payroll, your earnings flow to you continuously. This isn't an advance or a loan. It's a direct, real-time transfer of your earned wages. Think of it as a financial aqueduct, a programmable stream of value that connects the work you perform directly to your wallet. As you work, every single second, a micropayment corresponding to your rate is calculated and settled. Whether you're a salaried employee, a gig worker, or a freelancer, your income is no longer a distant event. It's a present reality, accumulating in your account with each passing moment. It's instant. There is no batch processing, no multi-day clearing period. The moment value is streamed, it is yours, fully settled and available to use, save, or invest. This immediacy transforms your relationship with money, empowering you with unprecedented liquidity and financial agility. It's transparent. Every microtransaction is recorded and verifiable. You can see exactly how much you're earning, down to the second, with a clear, immutable audit trail. For employers, this eliminates payroll disputes and builds trust. For employees, it provides absolute clarity and peace of mind. And it puts you in control. With Zebec, you're not just a passive recipient of funds. You are the active manager of your cash flow. Pause or cancel streams, redirect funds, and automate your financial life by splitting your incoming stream into different allocations. Send a percentage to savings, another to investments, and another to pay recurring bills, all automatically. This is more than just getting paid faster. It's about building a smarter, more responsive financial foundation, second by second. With Zebec cards, your money isn't locked away. Spend it instantly, online, in-store, anywhere cards are accepted. crypto meets the real world without friction. Zebec isn't just about spending, it's about building. Stake your assets, put idle capital to work, and grow your value seamlessly inside the app. No more juggling platforms, no more switching accounts, cards, payroll, staking, payments. Zebec brings it all together in one powerful super app designed for how people actually live and work. Whether you're a freelancer, a startup team, or a global enterprise, Zebec scales with you. This is finance built for the modern workforce. Finance is evolving, and Zebec is leading the shift toward instant value, real ownership, and a world where your money never waits on permission. If you believe the future of finance should be faster, smarter, and fairer, subscribe now. Stay ahead of what's coming next. The new Zebec Super App, a reimagined experience for cards, staking, and streaming payroll, coming soon.
99% of people in the world do not.
So that was actually a pretty good and informational video. I know you guys hate the what is that? The monotone generated video, but it's a lot of information in those videos, guys. So just weather the storm and let's keep it pushing to the Zebec Network super app teases 9 cents.
Every day, we work harder, move faster, and expect
User for the Zebec super app. So let's check this out. So it looks pretty cool, guys. Not a lot of information. We just have a basic little video here. It's like 7 seconds long. It shows the interface for the super app, shows the wallet balance, deposits, withdraws, balance of Solana, USDC, and a ZBCN. One main thing I want to take from this video, and a lot of people have been talking about it, is the price of a ZBCN, right? So Zebec Network valued at 0.09, so it's worth about 9 cents in this video. As you know, I've been using DayTrade24 for some time now as an AI automated trading bot. It trades using artificial intelligence for me without me having to do anything. DayTrade24 has been becoming very famous as a trading bot recently. You can withdraw or use it with all cryptocurrencies available on the dashboard, and today I have over $100 available in my balance as my earnings from the DayTrade24 trading bot. You can see it in my main balance right over here. I have earned a total amount of 4,928 using the AI trading platform, and this is the amount that I have withdrawn currently, about 4,728. And do a live demonstration of our withdrawal. I'll be withdrawing my Tether BEP20, enter the amount that you currently have. In this case, it'll be 100. Click on confirm when everything is good. And just like that, it's that simple. I have received the withdrawal amount of my earnings from my DayTrade24 in just 2 minutes, which is instant and impressive. You don't need to wait for days like other brokers in the market. DayTrade24 pays your earnings instantly to your crypto wallets. The DayTrade24 sign up link is in the description. Once you click on it, you will land directly on the sign up page, and say you will need to sign up first. Just fill 0.09 cents, so about 9.
I'm tripping. I didn't even unmute. But yeah, what is this? Stronghold needs to start flexing ASAP. So definitely need to see something, right? Get some kind of information going on. Shout out to Phantom Beats. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this guy mainly clickbait? Because there's a lot of commercial here. On a 6-minute video, 5 minutes of freaking commercial. No, I'm playing. But I'm going to get back to the super app and keep it pushing.
9 cents, close to 10 cents. Is this something that we don't know and the Zebec team knows? Are they predicting that Zebec can go to 10 cents? But again, guys, it's very hard for them to just manipulate the market to 10 cents. I don't see that happening. It could potentially just be an error on their part, just showing a random valuation of a Zebec. I know a lot of people on X have been kind of talking about this. Maybe if we check the comment section of this video to see that if anyone else is talking about it, looks like they aren't. But I did see a lot of people on Twitter talking about the 10 cents. If we look at the quick price action today, I mean, we're pretty much up on the month as well, up at like 7%. So this is pretty cool too, right? Strategic Alliance boost, Zebec joined Natchez Payments Innovation Alliance, enhancing its institutional credibility and integration within the U.S. banking system. And then we had the broader crypto market sentiment improved with the altcoin season index rising, hoarding risk on flows into projects like Zebec. So once again, let's talk about the super app, right? So if you go back to this post right here from Zebec, where they did the 2026 roadmap, the super app has not officially launched it, right? This is just says it's coming soon, but it follows the guideline of the roadmap, right? 2026 roadmap, Q1, so that's January, February, and March. Current Zebec products and applications roll into the super app. So that's the first 3 months. Like I said, we're just in January yet, so we could expect the super app very, very soon. This looks like it's a pretty good roadmap. They're following it, which means that they're transparent. So it's something good for us, the investors, because we can kind of go back to this roadmap and line things up, right? So if the Zebec team is claiming something, we can go back to the roadmap and see if it's actually true and hold them liable if they're not following what they've said. But this is a true depiction. I believe that super app is, of course, launching soon. There's no hesitation on that. They're slowly teasing it, trying to get the hype rolling, get that momentum rolling. There's some snippets about a potential 10 cents. In the last few weeks, guys, we did have some solid runs for Zebec. It did creep up, right? It was like 300, I think, $30 to $40 million market cap. We did see a little bit of correction. Of course, that correction was due because we didn't see a price explosion in a while for Zebec, right? It was basically sitting as low as like 200, slowly started to creep up as, you know, Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin went up, and now we see Bitcoin has crashed. So there's a lot of uncertainty once again in the markets. And I made a video yesterday talking about what the future of Bitcoin is. And of course, the future of Bitcoin ultimately does affect the price of Zebec and other alts in the market. If Bitcoin continues to crash and comes down as low as like 70, maybe some people are predicted coming down as low as like 50K, that will have a massive impact on the crypto markets. Will be in fear once again. The market cap will drop. Altcoin index will also drop, meaning that there's no liquidity in the markets. There's no one buying anything. Hence, basically everything is going to crash again. We can expect Zebec as low as like 200 million again, but there's a lot of good things coming forward for Zebec. This is another good thing right here. Zebec is partnering with Tangem to bring secure self-custody options to our community. We'll be launching a custom Zebec branded Tangem cold wallet. More details coming in the weeks ahead. Together, we'll also run joint marketing campaigns with advertising during Bundesliga games in H1 2026. So this is, of course, Bundesliga, if you don't know, it's soccer in Germany. It's a tier 1. So they'll be running ads there, which again will push Zebec out there so more people are aware of what's kind of going on with this project, creating more awareness, hopefully getting more investors, you know, holders going up, slowly getting that 100,000. So things are looking very, very exciting. Is there a potential 10 cents price of Zebec on the horizon? Again, things are looking very, very exciting. Before we get to the 10 cents, we of course need to get to the penny. And of course, all that depends on the crypto markets and Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can continue to kind of level out and see those gains again and reach those all-time highs, we can then see Zebec hit 10 cents. Without that, guys, it's very, very unrealistic. If you enjoyed today's video, give this video a like. As you know, I do post daily.
So shout out to, what's that, Abers Ease or something? Either way, it's a pretty good video, but I was working on that in the background. This is the shirt I got on. If you like it or love it, either way, you can pick up your shirt. My daughter actually made the shirt for us, and now they're on Etsy. Check it out. Let me know what you think. But back to where were we? This guy. This is Crypto Star Rail. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, welcome If you're not in the best crypto community on this planet, what are you doing? It is free. Join now. We talk about ZBCN quite a lot in there. You got no excuse. Yet that intro was a warning. You know, if you give me an AI comment or a hate comment, well, guess what? You could be on the next intro. So final warning to you bots. I ain't friggin' AI. But guys, because of all the AI comments, you're getting freaking all the clanker comments on my actual videos, like actual clankers, not like the pretend AI joke. So the more you keep saying that, the more friggin' bots we're gonna have to fight. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing for my video, but you know, you can accuse me what you want. Let's get onto the video. If you didn't check out my most recent video, I'll talk about the top 5 reasons why ZBCN will be explosive in future. Go check it out. Really good video. So in this video, I'll be focusing more on the Zebec super app, which is coming in 2025, and you guys should be really excited. I explained it in the top 5 reasons why ZBCN will be explosive, and the super app is one of the biggest catalysts in my opinion. Another big catalyst as well is the ISO 222 standard. That will be in a separate video. Quite coincidentally, I released a video about Zebec's marketing campaign of the NBA and the NHL, also partnering with Uphold. A day before they released this image. On the left side, they put, I think that's their super app, their streaming payroll service. And on the right side, I think it is Uphold's wallet. And the one thing I wanted to point out, they're always hinting XRP. Why would ZBCN show XRP? I know it's Uphold as well. They've mentioned XRP and Ripple on multiple spaces, more than once. They've mentioned it about 3 or 4 times. So the Zebec Network and the Ripple partnership rumors is always brewing, okay? And usually you buy the rumor, sell the news. Zebec are working on a product launch together with Ripple.
That being said, there are other stablecoins that are coming into the market now, which we are evaluating, potentially working with. In fact, the RLUSD, so the Ripple stablecoin, we've actually integrated it on our Silver card. Of course, we've been in talks with Ripple for the past few months on a product launch, which we're working on with them as well, and more will be revealed on that when we are ready.
It could be the super app. Who knows? I don't know what this product launch is, but it's kind of hinting the super app. For those of you that don't know what the super app is, okay, basically, I haven't really said anything about it, but they are releasing it this year. So the super app is an all-in-one interface on your phone, on the web. Zebec cards, there's Zebec staking reward, Zebec Vault, Zpin, payroll, streaming service, all in one app. They have compared it to the Revolut on steroids. Okay, I don't really have a Revolut, but I know you can buy crypto. They've also said that there's no crypto app like it because with Revolut you can buy crypto. I don't think they have dexes like Jupiter, Radium, etc. Okay, and they have mentioned that they will have dexes on their super app. But I'm going to play a clip of Simon, the CEO, explaining what the Zebec super app is in simple terms and what are the benefits of being a ZBCN holder. Take a look at this.
As I mentioned earlier, the rollout of the super app is going to be a massive development for the company in the next few months. The ZBCN token will be integrated core to that app, meaning that your balance of stake ZBCN or held ZBCN will directly impact your ability to open new products, use the services, also reduce your fees to as low as 0, right, if you hold a certain amount of ZBCN. And that's when things are going to get really exciting. Of course, we also have the reward mechanism on the roadmap, so you'll start seeing ZBCN coming in as a reward of cash back for our card products.
So like I said, the super app is basically an all-in-one app for their Zebec cards, their payroll streaming service, their on and off ramps, multiple token wallets, probably dexes as well, and staking rewards. And they do hint that you are incentivized to hold because you get special perks being a ZBCN holder and a ZBCN staker on the super app. Why should we care about Zebec Network making a super app? Okay, we want Coinbase and Binance. If you just say that, okay, nice knowing you, thank you very much, get the fuck out of here. So why should you care about the Zebec super app? Or what benefit do you have as a ZBCN holder? So the reason why they're doing that is because they believe that a simple interface like the super app is going to bring more retail users into the space and make it a very simple experience for them.
Well, the super app is going to be the ultimate way for Zebec to attract retail users at a mass scale. When you think about it, right? It brings all of these great tools that we've built into a seamless, consumer-friendly, mobile application that people will use to manage their payroll, manage their cards, and really get more familiar with crypto in general. So we're very excited to be rolling it out later this year, and we're going to be tracking really closely metrics on usage. As building great product is one thing, but having that product used in the real world is a whole different story. And at Zebec, we're extremely proud of the metrics that we've achieved this year. Vision for this app is really to build a Web3 native consumer financial management application that brings together payroll stream, card product, token wallet, and an integrated on and off ramp all in a single mobile app. Think of it as a Web3 based Revolut, but on steroids. Nothing like this has ever been built before, and there's no company that I believe is better positioned than Zebec to deliver on a product like this. So,
because this is why things like Apple is successful, because it's something that's complex, and crypto is quite a complex area. Making things simple is a lot more attractive for retail users using.
And that's pretty much it. Like I was saying earlier, making a app that people can use instead of having to log in to different crypto wallets and different key phrases and passwords. I consider myself pretty technically advanced, and it's not easy for me to do. So imagine your parents or grandparents trying to figure all this out. So with this super app, this adoption, if the super app is easy to work, things are going to get crazy, right? Things are going to get crazy. But as the first video said, with these guys doing videos and using apps, there is going to be a delay because I think there is going to be a black swan event, another black swan event, right? Every time crypto starts going forward, something pulls it back. And I think something's going to happen. I don't know if it's delays with the Clarity Act, redoing the Genius Act, or something happening within the crypto community. There's going to be something to keep the price down. And I think somebody mentioned it. They're going to drop it. They're going to do whatever they can to drop it, right? Once there's going to be one more major pullback before the Clarity is signed, right? They're going to drop everybody that's hanging on by a thread. All you guys doing one of these with the one finger on the side of the building, all the folks barely hanging on that will need to cash out. When that happens, the price is going to plummet. These guys are going to put millions and trillions in and buy up everything they can get their hands on, right? And from there, it's going to start going crazy. Like somebody was saying, with Bitcoin, these guys put billions into Bitcoin and only got thousands of coins, right? They're going to do it again, but the price it'll be at, they're going to be able to pick up the mother load. Once they get the mother load, then they're going to start progressing forward. If you haven't noticed, a lot of these unlocks in this year. That's why everybody thinks this is going to be the super cycle year, because there's a lot of stuff happening this year. The regulations starting, the approvals are happening, the what is that? The compliance is being complete. It's setting the stage for something major. But every time something major happens, there's always a pullback before the price goes crazy, right? There's always something, some kind of scandal, some kind of pullback, some kind of anything to pull the profit down just a little bit for people to panic. And when they do panic, they leave. And when they leave, guess who is there to pick up the pieces? Your good friends at the bank. And from there, they are going to then buy these assets, set up a platform, and sell you the assets right back that you had previously for probably double than what you sold them for, right? It always happens. The rich get richer and the greedy lose their money, right? People are going to get greedy, going to lose their money. These guys are going to make these platforms and they're going to sell some of you, right? Like most of you guys are going to sell, right? Like I know a few of you guys don't really care. You're going to hold it till the wheels fall off. But some people are going to panic. They're going to sell. Then they're going to sign up for these apps from the bank. And on these apps, they are going to sell you the crypto you just bought for an inflated rate. What is this? All this sounds good. Definitely want that to happen. However, you know this is going to happen. Use some kind of insider or just speculation, or do you have a crystal ball, bro? I don't have a crystal ball. The FBI took my crystal ball when they were doing that investigation with the guy in Utah, right? This is just speculation, right? This is just, it's not financial advice. This is just speculation. If I was some kind of insider, bro, I wouldn't be making YouTube videos. I'd be somewhere living it up, getting ready to get crazy rich. But it's speculation, right? Because you know how things work, man. This always happens. It's the same cycle, rinse and repeat, man. It's the same thing. They tell you something, they go the opposite direction. I.e., what's that? Not fake. What's the other guy? I call him Gordon Gekko. Not Gordon Gekko. What is this guy's name? What is this? JP Morgan Chase guy. CEO of JP Morgan Chase. I've been doing this so much, I'm starting to get the accent down. So what? CEO JP. Let me see. Yeah, Jamie Dimon. Yeah, I call that fool. What did I say? Gordon Gekko, the original Gordon Gekko, right? And the original Gordon Gekko, my clients are not interested in crypto or in the crypto market. A year later, yes, we support crypto because my clients are very interested in investing in crypto. Bro, you just told us last year you didn't want it. Now all of a sudden, my clients are very interested in investing in crypto. I think crypto has a good future. Previously, we didn't want anything to do with crypto, but now we see there's money in crypto. So we must get every piece and bits of money we can. We have to get it so we can sell it back to you guys and make us more money. And you guys cannot keep the yields. We'll have to take the yields. That's what we need for you to sell your crypto. We can buy cheap, sell it back to you, and take your yield. BTM, Jetpack, Silver Days, what's going on, folks? Just entered the room. Phantom Beats, what is going on? Hitter all day. We're talking about the super app and things that are going to happen with the super app. I think I showed it earlier. It's on the page. Makes sense. Let's hope it goes that way. Art Cafe, do you have any other suggestions, or you think there's any other way that it's going to happen? I'm telling you, man, I think this is what's going on. These guys are positioning themselves to make as much money as possible on this, as they usually do, right? They don't tell us nothing. They all but help you do anything, right? They're going to tell you one thing and do something completely different. Any date of the release of the super app, Hitter all day? Definitely not. Hitter all day, oh yeah. No, I've been searching. That's what I'm looking at all these videos for. If you haven't noticed, a lot of times on my lives, I'm actually doing the research live, right? I'm looking through videos, listening, and trying to figure out what the freak is about to happen. Also, this shirt I got on. If you want to support the channel, you can go ahead and pick those up, and we can see. Looking for the, where is it? Looking for that article we're looking at. But I can tell you, oh yeah, what is this? That ain't it. That's weird. I think I said that thing like 3 times. How the heck did that happen? So we'll just put it in. I think it is super app. Yeah. So this is the super app, or the demo version of what? I don't know. But people are saying that they have connected to it. I might play around with it later. You can connect your wallet. There are tons of wallets here. What is Best Wallet? So you go to wallets. Oh, actually, how did I get to them? Oh yeah, search wallets, right? All the wallets are here. All the wallets, all kind of integration and updates here. Why is Uphold's not on here? That's weird. Uphold has to be on here. That's weird. Uphold's not on here? Hold the phone. What the? That's weird. Why is Uphold not on here? That is weird. Imagine that. Yeah, that's weird. We'll come back to that. Where were we? Yeah, we'll finish this video real quick.
The app and bringing more users into the crypto space, an all-in-one app where you can stake rewards. Zebec is multi-chain, so they can put all of their card integrations all onto the app. Payroll, streaming service. I heard there's Zebec Network.
Yeah, Phantom, they think we're gonna get shook out. We ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. You guys might be having other situations and things going on, but I ain't going nowhere, right? I was in there in the Ethereum mining at the end, and we mined all the way out until they went to proof of stake. So I've been there, done that. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Again, my clients are not interested in crypto. Actually, my clients are interested in crypto. We're very, very supportive of crypto. Bro, sit down somewhere. Jamie freaking Diamond. No way I'm shaking out my Zebec bags. If anything, I will buy other bags. They are selling stack and stack. Call me the shake and bake. I call that the shake and bake. Let's go. I feel you hitter all day, but I'm definitely ain't going nowhere. After all this time in positioning, bro, this is the payout, right? This is what we've been waiting for. And when Jamie Dimon flipped the script, I knew it was all good. Jamie Dimon flipped the script. Larry Fink flipped the script. These guys have been buying. They low-key probably been buying Bitcoin the whole time, right? Telling us they're not buying it or telling it wasn't safe to buy. And these guys probably been buying it the whole time and telling us to the contrary. But I told you guys, if you go back and watch some of my old videos, I told you I worked in financial services for a good while. And I know one thing, well, two things from financial services I learned early on. You can't trust anybody in financial services. One, and two, it's all about the money. Whatever happens, it's all about the money, right? You figure out a way to save some money or make some money, you, my friend, are golden. And nobody bothers you, right? Once you figure out a way to make them money, you are golden. But let's get back to the video.
Their mobile network is going onto the super app as well. It's basically everything is going onto this super app. So it's also beneficial for their over 100 enterprise clients. I think they've nearly got 200 enterprise clients. So they're going to increase their payroll volume.
Hundreds of clients are using us for our payroll tools. We've done over 100 card white label opportunities this year. And we're seeing the volumes grow month over month. So with the super app, we can expect these numbers to grow even further.
Another interesting thing I saw on X when I was browsing that, I saw that the SEC opens door to crypto super apps, and I was like, hang on a minute, what came to mind when I heard this? And obviously it was freaking Zebec Network. It says here that the super apps can facilitate trading, lending, staking of digital assets under one regulatory umbrella. And what came to mind when I heard that? You know, doing multiple things like lending, staking. Also, I saw the MiCA framework on the screenshot, and Zebec is getting their MiCA compliance by the end of September. So this screamed freaking Zebec Network. When I was thinking, I was like, hang on a minute, the super apps could be a big thing. You know, they can put all their Zebec being multi-chain, having over 17 blockchains integrated onto their cards. They can put all their integrations onto the super app, do all their swaps, do all their staking. There's benefits of ZBCN holders because there's certain perks that you get more staking rewards. You can open new products and also reduce the fees depending on how much ZBCN you hold. That is a big thing for ZBCN holders, considering that over 5 billion tokens are staked, which is a really high number, considering that holders are thinking of the long term. But here are some clips of Simon was asked this question, are you in a partnership? And he could have said no, but he said he could not disclose this. But take a look.
Thanks, guys. One last question, though, I have to ask because I've been so curious about it. When is the partnership with Ripple coming out?
We cannot say. We cannot say.
One thing I find kind of coincidental that Zebec has also integrated the XRP meme coin Finks, which is the bird with the glasses. And I think on the same day or the day before, David Schwartz, one of the creators of the XRP ledger, posted this image of him with the Finks on his shoulder, but he's got a pirate hat and he's on a freaking pirate ship. And those of you that don't know about Zebec Network is inspired by a Mediterranean ship. Nothing confirmed, but I just find it really coincidental that there's too many hints that they're working together. There's way too many. I mean, it kind of makes sense because they have a close relationship with Uphold. I remember when XRP got sued by the SEC and XRP got delisted on the major exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, etc. But Uphold showed great support to XRP. And, you know, they've got similar tokenomics. They've got really big partnerships, both of them. They've got a strong cult-like community with Diamond Hands. One thing that I do think we could get close to a Ripple partnership is if Zebec Network gets ISO 222 compliant, and on their roadmap, their compliance roadmap, after their MiCA and FCA approval, they will get to the ISO 222 standard, which is rolling out November 2025. If there is a partnership, it would be around when they get ISO 222 compliant, because Ripple is ISO 222 compliant. They were one of the first crypto companies to get that standard because they are focusing on cross-border payments, while Zebec Network is focusing on stablecoin payroll. Two massive industries, and in my opinion, I think payroll is probably the most important thing when it comes to money because everyone needs to get paid. It's a real use case into the real world. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to leave it like that. Join my crypto.
So shout out to Crypto Star Rail. Crypto Star's weird. For that explanation of BC super app Zebec in XRP Phantom, the Zebec Federated, that has a nice, I do like that, Maxine. Zebec Federal Bank would be even better. Or Federal Bank of Zebec. Probably be Zebec Federal Bank. Sure, Zebec Federal Reserve. The Zebec Reserve? I don't know. Just speculating. I can't wait to see Zebec partner up with Metallicus. Definitely be good. Metallicus and the rest of the crypto blockchain. I'm telling you guys, we're sitting on something bigger than you think. Don't get shook out by the fakers, right? Don't get riled up. How many minutes is this? 17 minutes. Let's see what Grow Rich and Grow Happy has to say.
I came to a realization years ago, and since then it has changed my life and it has brought me peace. And those who know me know this to be true. I rarely argue, and here's why. I learned that most arguments are not about the truth. Most arguments are about control. People debate one another to defend their identity rather than to discover reality. Once you understand that truly, you'll be able to locate your peace as well. Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another episode of Grow Rich, Grow Happy, that place where we follow the breadcrumbs of wealth. And I have some Zebec updates, lots of updates. I know some of you down there like, damn, this dude's talking about Zebec again. I'm so tired of Zebec. Well, the reason I'm talking about it, guys, is because they keep giving me reasons to talk. But not only that, I see it as that opportunity, that Hail Mary opportunity to set a great price. Now, you know, I'm the king of diversification, but I do understand also that in everyone's wallet, although you're diversified and you have a lot of these great plays that we talk about, there's something in your wallet and it might be different for others, but there's something in your wallet that you own more of than others. Why? Because you see it as that mega opportunity. Now, for some, many of us, it might be ZBCN. For others, it might be XRP. For others, and some over here, it might be something like Quant Network. But either way, you're not wrong. But I believe that there is a point when you should look at your wallet and say, I need to own more of that particular asset right there, especially if you can afford it, and especially if it's at a steal. Because when that one, not if, when that one blows, that's where my wealth is going to start. So for me, I look at ZBCN as that one that you can just keep dollar cost averaging in. So in this episode, I'm going to show you why their momentum is not slowing down. It's just picking up. And man, the things I have to share, I'm going to shout out ZBCN, man. I always shout him out because he's in the trenches and he's like the ambassador of ZBCN. But I'm going to shout out their group because I always want to give you guys an opportunity to learn more on your own. That's what doing your own research is about. They have a wonderful Discord that I need to show my face in, but I'm always so busy. But I'm going to get in it this week because I do have a Discord account. And I'm extending that olive branch so you guys can come in and get information as well. Don't like to hog information. I like to give everyone the same opportunity. So I'm going to be leaving their Discord link down below as well. I'm going to jump over. We're going to be talking about that super app. Yeah, that super app, as I believe we're days away.
So shout out to the Discord. This is the Zebec Nation Zipcord, the Zebec Nation Discord, right? This is the team. Shout out to all those guys working hard and getting us information so we can post on it in the videos, or at least me. I'm not sure where else is getting their information from. Most of my information is coming from these guys. So I need to find the link. Somebody sent it to me or put it in the chat, and I'll put it on the video. Shout out to ZBCN man. When's the next unlock? Yes, Rosso. It is February 15th, and the last one is January, February, March 15th, I think. It's a good watch for y'all folks. Interview with Marshall. Great interview, makes me more bullish. Here's a good watch for y'all. Share. But won't let me share. Go to Crypto Nation's page, his last video, and check the comments. Let it share me there. What? Put it on X. Put it on X. Send me to X and I'll look at it. Jamie, what do you think that black swan will happen? When do you think the black swan? Well, South Florida. What is that? Ducks? South Florida duck inspectors? South Florida duck inspector, or I'll just call you South Florida. It's going to happen between January, February, March, April. Sometime between April and the summer. Guarantee. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't care. Tell them BTM sent you. Something weird is going to happen between March and summer, right? These guys are meeting in February. Whatever they happen in February, it's going to take a while to put in motion. So once they get set, January, February, March, April, once they get set around April, something weird's going to happen. Stocks are going to drop crazy. Crypto will drop crazy. Assets will drop crazy. Gold will come down. Silver will come down. All of a sudden, there'll be a new framework set up. And then everything will start roaring like crazy, right? It's going to be like, when did Bitcoin pump the first last year? Was it April? May? when it started to run, not when it got crazy, but when it started to run. Same thing happens, ladies and gentlemen. Look at your history. History always repeats itself. I think before the Reserve got restructured, before the Federal Reserve happened, the Titanic incident happened. After that, everybody that was anti Federal Reserve and the Titanic tragedy, all of a sudden the Federal Reserve popped up, right? Perfect timing. So there's going to be something weird. 9/11 happened. A lot of restructuring happened. Perfect timing. So I don't know. I hope it's not of massive loss of life, but there's going to be something that happens, right? Every time something crazy happens, all of a sudden there's some restructuring and everything changes. And then rich people get richer. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am telling you to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. I'm just trying to keep the lights on here. I'm trying to give you guys info and give you updates to keep the lights going, to keep the BTM Crypto Network, BTM Crypto News Network rolling, trying to get to more crypto and more advice. But as always, I need for you to keep the lights on here, brother, trying to shut me down. I forgot to hit the like. Every time I do that, I buy another 10K Zebec to teach myself a lesson. Bad Phantom, bad Phantom. Well, if that's the case, we need to set up a group, a coalition account, right? Every time you don't hit the like, subscribe, and super chat, put it in the coalition account. And as things start to grow, we're just going to keep dumping into the coalition account or the Zebec Network or the Zebec Fed account. We'll call it the Zebec Fed. And maybe we'll get enough tokens in there to one day start a Zebec Bank or something. The Zebec Federal Reserve, a Zebec, what is that? What is that? Not the Federal Reserve. What's the other one? Oh, yeah, like the Bitcoin Reserve. We'll start a Zebec Reserve. So when things start getting crazy, we can tap into the reserve and buy our way back out of whatever's going down. I dropped it in your X fam. All right, let me check that out. Let me check it out. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me move my X over here. Let's get back to the video.
It should be out this month, right? But according to ZBCN man's post,
CEO Simon, that's why we choose payroll, because you're pretty much at the top of the food chain when it comes to financial services. You're right. Everything revolves around getting paid. You can't get anything done if you can't pay people. Good shout out there, Jetpack. But also with payroll, right, you can control, like I was telling you, the reason it takes so long for these checks to clear because they're sending these files manually. It's almost like mailing a check in the mail, cashing it, and then paying your employees. So with the direct deposit, it's still a file. They send the file. I'll tell you how bad this is, right? I used to work at financial services, and I used to work at different processing centers and banks. They literally send the file, I want to say Monday or Tuesday, right? You get the file, you load them up Wednesday, you do a pre-run to make sure everything works. You do another run to make sure nothing's going to break. And then the final run happens Thursday, like Wednesday night, Thursday morning, but it doesn't debit the card or doesn't debit your account until Friday. So all the transactions for banks process at night. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in your bank and you see your account crediting and debiting. That's just a ledger. Your bank record doesn't get changed until that night, right? And then that night they process everything, make sure everything's in balance. So they give an extra day, right? They process it Wednesday, give them an extra day Thursday in case it files or fails, right? And they have to emergency rerun or something crazy. And from there, your actual payroll will hit your account early in the morning. It happens early in the morning because it's a fail-safe, right? They've already processed it. They've already double-checked. They've already verified. They already ran the reconciliation, and then it hits your account. It won't give me a super chat. I tried 3 times. YouTube's tripping. Oh yeah, that's why I put the Cash App up there. You can hit up the Cash App. I don't know why. I know these fools didn't try to demonetize me again. That's weird. I might have to re-update it because I know something happened with this Trump speech. I put the Trump speech, which is streamed everywhere. I stream it, and they're like, "Oh, it's a copyright infraction." So there's a lot of mess behind that, but whatever, bro. They cannot stop me, right? They can slow me down, they can string me along, but they cannot stop me. That's one thing my father told me early on. You can do anything you put your mind to, right? I don't care how much opposition brings to you or how hard they try or what they do. If you put your mind to it, you'll figure out a way. Yeah, hit up the super chat if you want to hit her all day. If not, don't worry about it. But I'm just trying to keep the lights on so I can rebuild the community. But let me get back to grow rich and grow happy.
The rollout has already started. And guys, I'm just telling you, know what you want out of life. Better yet, know how you're going to get there. It's cool to have dreams, but if you have discovered a path to get there, for many of us, it's cryptocurrency. For a lot of us, it's ZBCN. Know how you're going to get there and then go with it with all of your might. You're going to get one life. Okay, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos. Guys, get plenty of views. I always tell you guys that. Please subscribe to the channel. Seriously, please. Please, I'm begging you, please. And also, get your cold storage wallet. That's the other news, guys. Zebec is partnering with Tangem. Can you get any bigger than that? They're partnering with Tangem, and I've been waiting for something like this, and they're going to have their own custom card coming in a couple of weeks. You can use my code down below, and you can wait and get one then, or if you've gotten one, a card already, you can get another one. I'm going to get a Zebec card because I think I'm going to move all Zebec just to that card, and then I'll know that custom Zebec card is strictly for Zebec ZBCN. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Go over to growrichgrowhappy.com. Check out that site as well. Pick up my book. So with that, we're going to jump over here first. Okay, guys, the first thing I want to show you over here, this is that partnership announcement with Tangem that Zebec just announced. So this is super big. And why? Because I'm finna show you the benefit of cross promotion. Check this out, guys. So they're launching their branded card, but here we go. Together, we'll also run joint marketing campaigns with advertising during Bundesliga games. And
wait a minute, hold up, shut the front door. Somebody just sent me $80 on the super app. I appreciate you. I don't know who it is. I'm trying to figure out because I don't even use Cash App. Somebody sent me $80 on the Cash App. Wherever you are, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I'm going to use that $50, I guess, to get another, or $80, I guess, to get another mic. I don't know. But I'm definitely using the money sent to update the BTM Crypto News Network. It might get some employees and start making what do you say? TikTok post. Might get on TikTok and TikTok it up. Tickety tockety. I don't know.
The first half of 2020.
You say you sent it. Yeah, here. That's weird. You say you sent it to. Oh, wait.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to have a great conversation today, all around clearly what you see the title of this Twitter Spaces, but really
26, and what the Bundesliga games is Germany's professional football league. And just like Zebec and Uphold did with the NHL and the NBA, they had their marketing all around the arenas. They're going to do a similar thing with this right here. This is how you educate the people. And being that Tangem is also going to be doing the same thing. This is cross marketing. Now they're going to actually get the ZBCN name and Zebec Network going to get their names in the mouths of people.
Okay, we can get back to Grow Rich and Grow Happy. I think I found the video you sent. Who is this? Hitter All Day. Why is there so many? Okay, here we go. Let's play this. And I thought there was something here, but it's not, right? It's just, I guess it's just her talking. Corley Haley. I want to subscribe to this. Marshall and Buddy Carter. U.S. Congressman Buddy Carter. What more American name is Buddy Carter? I mean, come on, bro. You gotta win, right? If you get, oh wow, somebody send me some more money. You guys are really, why does this not tell you who's freaking deposited here? Oh my gosh, what the freak? I don't understand. I don't even like Cash App, but yeah, somebody sent something. It increased. I think this is $10 maybe. Was that 80? Just 95, $10 ish, but it didn't tell me where the freaking, maybe it does. I just don't know how to find it. Direct deposit, banking deposit. Where's the dang details? I don't know, but we'll figure it out at some point. But it looks like someone did make another deposit. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see. Sent to Super App Fam. Thank you, Hitter All Day. I appreciate that. And let's get to this video. Do you know about when these guys started talking?
Road. If you don't know the rules of the road, if the clarity for
Yes.
which is something that the congressman was just kind of alluding to around regulatory clarity. Where is the U.S., in your opinion, striking the right balance today? And where do you think it might be falling a little short?
Thank you, Corey. And I want to say thank you, Congressman Carter and Corey, and everyone here today for having me. And really excited to have this discussion today. In regards to what you just said, I believe that the U.S. has really positioned itself this year to be the global leader in cryptocurrency and blockchain. We have Silicon Valley. We have a lot of companies here. Cryptocurrency is a global phenomenon, but you find a lot of the innovation happening in Silicon Valley and around the United States. And I believe that through this process of clearly defining the rules and regulations and different types of digital assets and assigned primary regulators, it gives the crypto space the ability to grow. People in the past will say, and in general can say, regulation can stifle innovation. What they're not getting is that regulation done wrong stifles innovation. Regulation done right will give the clarity for companies to move forward. And that really has been the problem for innovators like myself and for people that have been in this space for a long time. As we've built our startups in the blockchain world, there was a lot of uncertainty. So you had to take a lot of risk, and you had to have very good lawyers, and you had to have a good understanding of a balance of the technology and the public policy as you deploy these novel innovations and solutions. And you have to innovate, as the FDIC has said, innovate responsibly. The FDIC, is the bank regulator around insurance for the banks and protections. So in the same way, crypto really has to innovate responsibly. We have to build new systems that can empower people, but we have to do it the right way. And doing it the right way it's critical to know the rules of the road. If you don't know the rules of the road, if there are no rules that are written, then it really scares away large tech companies, it scares away banks, it scares away everyone that could be a part of this innovation because it's not clearly defined. And this year, with the coming market structure bill, the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, we're finally getting that clarity, pun intended, that we need. And I think it's very good. There's some things that we're caught up on, right? Like rewards over stable coins and different things that the bank lobby may say, well, hey, wait a second, and we should discuss those things. But I think in general, we've got the right recipe going into this. So
I think you're on mute, Corey.
Oh, sorry. I was over here talking, Marshall, and I was still on mute. Sorry about that, everyone. I was saying, thank you for sharing that. I actually want to come back to what you were saying about stable coins in a second, but picking up on something that you said midway through about making how things are interconnected. And when I think about it, especially from a media perspective and how media has such power to influence perception, and then that perception ultimately influences policy. And as we know, policy influences the decision making and the flow of capital that impacts all of the things that we are talking about today. Specifically, Marshall, when you brought up stable coins, this is something that I feel is often framed as a crypto product, but increasingly they're being positioned as financial infrastructure. What does that distinction change, and how can policymakers or perhaps the public, how can or how should we be thinking about that?
yeah, I think it's a great question. And one of the questions that's come up in the market structure bill is, should we treat DeFi platforms as money service businesses, as licensed financial agents? And there's been a lot of pushback on that, because a lot of people say, well, hey, these innovators are technologists, but they don't come from the TradFi world. And if we block them access to just simply build smart contracts and things like that, then we're kind of we're moving back. We're losing on the world stage. We're losing against China. We're losing against the rest of the world in terms of this innovation. And we think it should happen here. So I think one of the big things that people have gotten caught up on is that discussion. And I think a big part of that is the digital identity aspect, and banks and credit unions and financial institutions integrating this technology in a responsible way that innovators can work with those technologies, but be exempt from some of those more onerous situations when it comes to operating like a bank. A small startup is not going to operate like a bank, but we can use digital identity. We can integrate banks and credit unions and financial institutions to be the on-ramp and the off-ramp through stable coins. Stable coins, I believe, will be treated and are going to be treated like a regulated financial product. And so through that, we can use the digital identity and in an opt-in manner. So a lot of people have said, oh, I don't like this idea about digital identity. Realize that it's opt-in, right? So you don't have to use it necessarily to use a blockchain. A blockchain, by definition, is free and open source software. Anybody can access it. Anybody can access the network from anywhere in the world. But through digital identity, platforms can comply to the Bank Secrecy Act, and they can comply to regulations. So in the future, what you're going to see are these kind of opt-in platforms that automate a lot of that compliance and make it very simple. And I believe that a lot of the regulatory aspects will start to fall more so on the banks and the money service businesses, and there will be kind of a delineation between smart contract developers, dApps, and those innovators, while they're working together hand in hand with credit unions, banks, financial institutions, and these technology layers like digital identity will not only help comply with the anti-money laundering statutes, but also are going to keep us safe. They're going to keep your grandmother safe, your brother safe, from losing crypto. You've heard these stories where somebody maybe, loses their keys or gets hacked. We're going to eliminate that. Not only has blockchain eliminated counterfeit currency, but now we're going to eliminate the issues around theft of currency, and we're going to really make it fully traceable to the point that we can stop a fraudulent payment real time, and that protects regular consumers and businesses. And so I think it's going to be the internet era for money, like what we saw happen 30 years ago with the dawn of the internet. Now everything is online. Business moves 1,000 times faster. So money over the next few years will go through this rapid transformation and acceleration where it's moving 1,000 times faster and things are more secure. And if I want to send a bank wire, it's no longer it'll arrive the next day or before cutoff time. It'll arrive instantly, globally, anywhere in the world. And when I type in that information for that bank wire, I'm no longer typing accounting and routing number and SEPA and your name. I'm typing your @username, your handle, and seeing your verified digital identity pop up. So I think that that's really very exciting. And also when it comes to digital identity, we're going to move past this antiquated idea of you have your SSN and your password is your username and everybody's data gets compromised. In the future, you'll have your username like @Corey, @Marshall, @Buddy. And when somebody goes to verify your credit score, goes to verify your information, you're going to cryptographically sign it with your private key that no one has.
This is all very intriguing. And I think, Marshall, holistically, what you're saying is that this should be able to build up more trust in the way that these transactions are taking place, which at the root of kind of the issue sometimes with the public is the trust feature, as you referenced, when the internet came online and from where it started to where it is today. And this is where Congress, I think, plays a huge role in that. And Congressman Carter, specifically because you guys hold so much of the public trust, right? And it's one of the biggest barriers to adoption for anything, especially as we dive deeper and deeper into digital assets. And I'd love to know from your perspective, what does responsible innovation actually look like in practice and not in theory from where you sit?
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, and I'm glad Marshall brought this up, particularly when he alluded to the internet, because, and guys, y'all need to understand, Congress oftentimes is hesitant to move on things like this because we don't want to stifle innovation. There are things that we need to do with the internet that we haven't done, particularly with kids' online safety and things like that, because we're afraid that we're going to stifle innovation. And we've got to be, you need to understand that. My dad always said that when you don't do something, you're doing something. And that's kind of what Congress is like sometimes. We feel like let's we're afraid we're going to mess it up, so we're not going to do anything at all. Well, we're doing something.
So let me get this straight. Congress is afraid to mess up the systems that are already bad because they don't want to do anything. That sounds just like Congress, right? These guys ain't trying to fix nothing. But also, what he's not telling you is these guys are already being paid not to fix anything. There's no other coin that has more clarity than a stable one. And Zebec cards and payroll run on the USDC powerhouse with the ability to support other stable coins as well. You're right, Jetpack, they are positioned right where they need to be. Fast forward to 2130. 21 is actually pretty good. I was going to play it out, but 2130. Sorry about here.
But at every age range, we're opening up DeFi. And one thing that I said a while back,
If your services are powered by stablecoins, how could you not have the first mover advantage, so to speak, ride the coattails to compliance? 2030, then 2040 is another solid point. So never try, never fail logic. Yeah, right? You can't break anything if you don't try anything. But also, you can't fix it if you don't break it, right? And I think that's kind of what they're worried about. They're worried about breaking something or actually making it better, right?
back was I believe that when it comes to young people, especially that are, starting to build their nest egg, starting to save, regulated DeFi is going to be the big opportunity zone. The areas of crypto that were unregulated, that threw caution to the wind, those were problematic, and that was kind of a previous era. But this new era is going to be focused on digital identity, anti-money laundering protections, very strong cybersecurity programs to prevent hacks and exploits, and also the ability to retroactively unwind things. So this idea that everything has to be completely final in every sense of the term, maybe it doesn't. We can use DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations, to be that balance between centralization and decentralization. We don't want anything too highly centralized, but at the same time, we want systems that are adaptive and flexible. And I believe that there's going to be that merge between the traditional finance world of banking, credit unions, and blockchain and fintech. And I think that a lot of these things are going to cross-pollinate, where we have very strong anti-money laundering controls. They're going to start to come.
Breaking news. President Trump has formally launched his Board of Peace with the signing ceremony on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos. Trump administration officials says 35 countries have accepted invitations to join. So it doesn't really tell us more. I'll look it up while I'm listening to the video. And you said 23
more on chain, and where we have frictionless finance and free and openless and permissionless systems, that's going to start to come into banking. So I'm very excited for that. And I think that that is really the key here, is for the innovators in our space to get loud and to speak up about the things that we need clear regulation and definitions on, so we don't have to spend so much money with our lawyers fighting over every little thing. And at the same time, when you look at how the banking lobby is pushing back on this stablecoin rewards thing, this is, instead of having I see some innovators doing this headbutting over this issue. Oh, well, we're not going to support you. Well, maybe let's talk about all the different ways that this can be done, and let's talk about the ways that this benefits banking. And then I think the lobby will change. So it's really about the feedback. And also as well, for the traditional finance world, when they start to get in and use these applications themselves, it starts to click. And they start to understand, oh, this is how it benefits my credit union. This is how it benefits my bank. We, in the past, would see money coming out of the credit unions and coming out of the banks. And they're concerned about that because that hurts their bottom line in terms of their business of lending. You have to have capital to lend. So why not have stable coins be built at the business and credit union level? So instead of the money coming out of the bank and going somewhere else, potentially overseas even, have it stay inside the credit union, have it stay inside the bank. Now it's growing the assets under management while growing the consumer protections and the trust and safety. In the future, if you have $1 million of cryptocurrency, you made it. You've saved up, you've compounded your interest, now you have $1 million. You want to keep it inside the bank. You don't want to keep it under your mattress. You don't want to keep it on even a multi-sig setup between hardware wallets. Ultimately, the bank is going to be the best place to keep it. Now, of course, you want good hardware, good tech as well, but this is where we're going. We're going into a world where crypto is money and will be regulated as such.
Marshall, I love how optimistic you are about the future and where things are going, which brings me to my final question for both you and Congressman Carter here.
So as he mentioned, crypto will be integrated into the banks. The banks are already working on their stable coin. If so, you can exchange stable coins and use it for money. So of course, the bank has found a way to, again, get your money, right? Or get our money and keep it in the bank, which is what we have been delayed for crypto for. And let me play this real quick, and then we'll go back and finish out the video. So this is Trump and the Board of Peace.
Board. Invitations were sent to allies like Canada, France, and Britain, but also Russia's President Vladimir Putin. CBS News has learned 10 countries have signed on so far, including the UAE. CBS News contributor Robert Berger joins us live from Jerusalem right now. Robert, thank you so much for your time today. Where do things stand with the formation of this board, and what do we know about its charter?
Well, its charter actually hasn't been published, but broadly speaking, it will oversee, the board will oversee the reconstruction of Gaza, the formation of a new Palestinian government, an international stabilization force, and basically the end of Hamas rule in Gaza and the disarming of Hamas. Now, President Trump, though, has said publicly that kind of took a broader approach, saying
working hard, but something's holding you back.
It's 8:01.
A bold new approach to resolving global conflict. That's the goal of the board. And that has some of the nations invited worried that maybe he's trying to use the Board of Peace to replace the United Nations. France, for instance, has said that it won't join the board. Russia, the EU, Britain, they're considering it. So there's a lot of caution to this new Board of Peace. And as you mentioned, 10 nations on board, but 60 were invited.
Oh, wow. Okay, 60 were invited. What's been Israel's reaction to this Board of Peace?
Surprisingly, Israel's reaction was very negative. I mean, considering that Israel would be very cautious to cross President Trump and its guardian ally, the U.S., but Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu came out with a statement saying that this board of Israel is not consulted about the Board of Peace, that it's contrary to its policy. Israel's problem is with two of the invited countries, Qatar and Turkey, whom Israel says are actually supporters of Hamas and supporters of terrorism. So the Israelis say Qatar and Turkey are part of the problem, not part of the solution. So overall, putting all that together, well, it's off to a rocky start.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it is. Robert Berger, thank you for your time today. The charter for President Trump's
staying on the optimistic outlook, when we continue to look the next 11 months down the road for 2026, what is the single most important decision, or perhaps non-decision, the U.S. has to get right if it wants to remain globally competitive in the digital asset and financial innovation space? Congressman, I'll go ahead and let you take that first.
Well, the first thing I want to say, I want to really emphasize what Marshall said about the public-private relationship, because we are looking for the public sector to help us with this. Don't count on Congress to come up with all the answers, please. We do need best practices. We do need to understand exactly what's going on in that area, because it's extremely important. You know, if you're a college football fan, they come to us and they want us to straighten out name, image, and likeness, and we're kind of throwing our hands up. And what do you want us to do? But we can ill afford to let the same thing happen in this sector that has happened with NIL, and that is they got the Wild Wild West now. That's not what needs to happen. That's why you got to have some kind of federal regulation, some kind of federal outline, if you will, to guard against that. And I appreciate the fact that you're willing to work with the banks and the credit unions. I'll be quite honest with you. I have a lot of the banks, a lot of the credit unions come into our office. They're scared. This is an area where they're uncertain of what's going to happen here, and are they going to be put out of business? But I think working together, we can make sure that doesn't happen, and that they can benefit everyone. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that, it's like a Billy Joel song. Get it right the first time, because that's the main thing. Get it right the next time, that's not the same thing. But we do need to do something, but we can't just do something to be doing something. We need to do the right things. And I believe we can do that if we have the buy-in from the private sector and the help from the private sector. Congress does want to get this right. We do want this to work. We understand how important it is on a global scale.
I'm glad that Congress definitely understands how important this is, because it's going to impact, touch everyone's life in one way or another. And Marshall, I'll definitely let you have the last word here in terms of looking ahead to 2026 and, what you feel we need to get right throughout the rest of this year.
Yeah, so it goes back to that bill I worked on in 2020, the Cryptocurrency Act. We need the very clear definition of the different types of digital assets. I believe there are three. You've got currency, stable coins. You've got commodity, that's like Bitcoin or XPR or Ethereum or Doge. You've got securities, that could be like a like a tokenized stock, right? Like a Tesla stock on the blockchain or something like that. And we need to have very clear rules of the road of those assigned regulators and how those work. And then when it comes to money transmission, we need to translate the BSA for how that works for the blockchain in a way that's innovator friendly, that welcomes innovators, but we're not allowing anything to happen in terms of it's a free for all, but we're going to innovate responsibly. We're going to do things the right way. So I think that on top of those things I mentioned in terms of the different types of clarifications and assets and the regulators, I think also that it's important what Congressman Carter said, that we get it right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we have to get it right, and we have to make small building blocks. So we start the foundation on the Market Infrastructure Bill, the Clarity Act, and the Genius Act, and we need to assure the banks and assure the credit unions that this is also about you guys. This is about protecting and growing our financial system and not the opposite. And we're going to do it through responsible innovation. We're going to do this the right way. We don't want the capital to fly out of the banks and to have a banking crisis. We want capital to fly into the banks and to grow the stable coins by the banks. My big prediction, and what I've been saying for years, is that there won't be just one stable coin, that I believe that every credit union and bank will have their own stable coins, and those will interact in baskets of smart contracts with digital identity. And eventually, when it comes to other international currencies like euro, for example, or Japanese yen, the efficiency of the foreign exchange rate is going to become better than you've ever seen it before, right? And I think that is really going to, again, place the United States at the center of innovation for blockchain technology. We already are. It's really just ours to lose at this point if we don't get it right. And my final thought on this is the way that we don't get it right is that we fight over it, that everybody fights over it, that Republicans and Democrats and everybody fights over it, and privacy advocates fight with digital identity advocates. No, we're all Americans, and we're moving towards this idea of accelerating finance and giving opportunity for everyone. So the way that we make it is we come together on the things that we do want, and we assure our financial institutions, we want to see you guys grow, and here are the tools how to do it.
All right, well, there we have it. I can't thank you guys both enough for sharing all of these great insights about. And I think this is just a very timely conversation, especially as we're still at the start of the year. So once again, thank you, Congressman Carter, and of course, Marshall Hayner from Metallicus for putting this on. And you guys see them right at the top of your screen, so you know where you can follow them right here on X. And thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you again, Corey, and thank you, Congressman. Thank you, everyone here.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
It was actually a very informational video. So I think where were we? Kind of threw me all the way off track. What is this? But it was good for that information. And I might have to look deeper into Metallicus. But as always, I want to something about that Walmart. Let me see which one is play. CKJ.
Here, and boy, do we got some breaking Zebec news today. I told the world ZBCN was coming to Walmart. We'll talk about that and we have a few other things to talk about.
You're embracing crypto, very different from the previous administration. Strategic Petroleum Reserve like for crypto?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else. We're going to do something great with crypto because
There go President Trump says we're doing great things with cryptocurrency.
we don't want China or anybody else, not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head. We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that it's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry, but we'll be able to do it. We have Lee Zeldin in charge of the environment. He's going to be giving us very strong approvals, I think, and he's going to make sure everything's good and clean and proper, but he's going to give us very fast approvals.
Natural gas.
Wow, that's amazing right there. It kind of reminds me of a video I just shared in the Telegram. You guys might want to check it out. Join our Telegram link in the description. Now, Captain Zach says, think bigger. ZBCN Pirates, this is a signal. Read close. This isn't about wallets on shelves. This isn't about logos sitting next to each other. Think bigger, way bigger. Walmart isn't a retailer first. It's one of the largest payroll machines on earth. Millions of employees, billions moving everyday pay cycle. Legacy systems stuck in delays, batching and middlemen. Now ask yourself one question. Who is building real-time payroll rails? That's simple. Zebec Network. When enterprise starts looking for instant payroll, programmable money, on-chain dollars, global worker payouts, excuse me, they don't look at memes. They look at infrastructure. Tangent being in Walmart is visibility. Zebec being built for payroll is inevitability. This is how adoption really happens. Not loud announcements, but quiet alignment of rails. Pirates see it early. ZBCN isn't aiming for checkout lanes. It's positioning for payroll engine behind the world's largest employer, Walmart. I like that. Shout out to Captain Zach on that. Link in the description. They had an amazing space last night I was in. Oh, check this out. Boom. The best way to start the day. Loading ZBCN bags.
In the land of the north.
Have no fear. Bullzilla is here. I got to be cautious with the music on this one. Now we got all the Zebec Pirates. As you see, the Zebec Pirates is a movement. Bam, I woke up this morning and found this one. This is the Bullzilla Pirate. There goes the pirate, green eye, the Bullzilla on the moon. He got the green parrot. Yeah, the Bullzilla ZBCN Pirate is here. Yeah. Now you got, Get Money Squad Pirate. Get Money Squad Pirate. You got, this is the new one. I'll show you who that is momentarily. And I like highlighting all the pirates. You know, of course, we hollered Kid to come back. There was Captain Zebec right there. Get Money Squad, the pirates, the pirates, the pirates. Buckle up. The great wealth transfer is upon us. I said, boom, the best way to start the day. And I did change my avatar to my picture, the picture that was made for me. Bam, look at that. The green bull, the green parrot, and the green man. That right there is sweet. I'll try to track it down. Zebec isn't just cleared for takeoff. ZBCN, kids that come back. The Zebec is cleared for takeoff. Zebec engine firing, value in motion, no limits on altitude. This is what the next level of finance looks like. Kid to come back. Loving that, sir. Make sure you guys follow Kid to come back. The last night, I'm trying to look for it. Okay. Let me show you guys. Last night when I was live, I noticed that they was having a Zebec space, and we went into the Zebec space. And it was an amazing space, that's for sure. The who's who was in there. I'll show you what I mean momentarily. Here it is right here. I said, best place to be, the ZBCN Future of Payments. Check out this space. Now, shout out to Zebec Heavy Hitter. Zebec Heavy Hitter gave me major love when I was in there. And happy birthday, Zebec Heavy Hitter. I believe it was his birthday. Go to view details. Connecting. We had a whole lot of good accounts in here. The Patriot Party. Andrew L. ZBCN Arc Hunter. Comeback Kid, Mike, Robo Dito, Richie, Hard, Sandale, Seattle, ZBCN Man, Captain Zach, the Zebec Samurai, and Captain Nick. Now they were all in the Zebec space, and they were talking about Zebec Discord. I would get that link for you, and here goes ZBCN Man.
Knowing that, and then knowing about what crypto is, it was a no-brainer to pull money out of the bank because your money's worthless in the savings account anyway. You're not earning anything on it, and the bank is just using it to lend money out to other people.
I wanted to get into crypto.
Oh, there goes the heavy hitter.
So it's a great opportunity to change my life and be able to help people.
What up, heavy hitter?
That I want to help out, and you know, I actually legitimately like the technology as well. Like the more I learned about it, so.
And the one thing that Zebec
that's SGTD Man
showed me is the first crypto that I actually learned about.
Oh, the back-end squad is getting deep out there.
Where it's not just a meme, where they're actually trying to accomplish something in the real world. And it was the first coin where I actually fully understood everything that they were trying to do.
Wow.
I've started my own business.
The Patriot.
But that's based off of an idea. And now I'm trying to survive in a financial environment that's not based off of an idea. It's off of an understanding.
Yeah.
Of all the moving parts in the world as to whether you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
So why did I get in the crypto?
Oh, Captain Zach. Oh, face reveal. Captain Zach in the building. What up, Captain Zach?
Because each and every one of you guys from all walks of life, all around the world, coming together, supporting each other, loving each other, and just working as a team all around the globe. To me, that's fascinating.
Yeah, I agree. I believe this is the one person that I just seen the pirate just made of him, and it's like
maybe I should research
Samurai
it since I'm putting money into it. So
there's a Zebec Samurai in the building.
That's what I did, and then the more I researched it, the more I liked it, and then the more money I kept putting into it. But you could say that I didn't choose ZBCN. ZBCN chose me.
Tell him, Samurai. Uh-oh.
Zebec is the ship.
Oh, Throbbing Lantern in the building. Face reveal.
From Bearable Guy 123 Riddles.
Tell him.
You're welcome.
Throbbing's a legend. Oh, B Rocket.
Zebec Nation.
I'm so happy to see all the Zebecians working together. Let's work together. We're a team. Teamwork makes a dream work. Trust me, in the future, we're going to have enough drama with the other chains hating on us because we're going to come for the #1 spot. Zebecians, what's the word where we immortalize or where we all come together? What's the word when we say Zebecians and then it's like where you all come together? Immortalize. It's like a word I'm looking for, called like immortalize, like coordinate. Like where everybody gets in line together, like we all coordinate together, like Zebecians. You can't think of the line I'm looking for? I can't think of it either. I'll get back with you later on that. It's coordinate, like Zebecians coordinate. It's like coordinate. I'm glad to see all Zebecians coordinating. They're talking about a Zebec Discord. I will get that information in the description on this video. Come back, kid. We fly together. That's the new theme for the Zebecian squad. We fly together. Oh, join the Discord. Here's the link right here, the Patriot Party. So I'll make sure I will retweet this. Let's retweet it right now. Boom. While we're here. Because I was in there last night. They gave me major love. Shout out to the Zebecian. ZBCN. ZBCN.
Is a much better community
than most communities. That's why I tell many of these stick together, because there's going to be enough drama with the other communities hating on us soon enough. ZBCN Discord.
because Zebec is doing way more than whatever
Yep,
token they
the
like.
best place to be. You got that right. Best place to be in the Zebec community, huh? In the Zebec community. The best place to be in the Zebec community. All right. I told you, Patriot. I got you, sir. I told you I got you. Come back, kid. If you guys see when we go live shortly, I got Come Back Kids artwork on my wall. It's amazing. Zebec jet just cleared for takeoff. And that's kind of what I explained last night in the Telegram. I do use a lot of Zebecians work. If I ever forget to shout you out, it's not intentionally. It's an accident. I probably shouted you out 20 times before that. This is Alpha. Zebec Network isn't just building products. It's positioning self as a serious institutional grade ecosystem. Says Alpha. Let's see what Alpha got for him.
They told us to fold.
So shout out to everyone that is joined. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And shout out to all the Zebec pirates, sailors, and warriors that was in the video. If you're serious, what's good, G? It's going up eventually. Just Joe, what's going on with you, fam? You're right. As everything, it takes time, right? It takes time to get money, guys. You got to be patient and wait it out. This has been an extremely long live, but sitting here freezing, so we got nothing else to do. I just wanted to get that a Zebec update for the super app out, and the update from Walmart from Bozilla. Want to get all that information there, but I don't want to hold you all night. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And as always, let's get back to the money. It's your main man signing out. BTM. Stay dangerous, and see you guys soon. Same bat channel, same bat time, and continue to diamond hand. Stronger together. Peace out.